Okay, this is the course for the Meadow Lake season finale, series finale, combined tested mini trial on September 24th, 2023. So jump one is the red Brody Robertson jump. As you approach it, you want to think about the start timer. So when you enter the ring, if there's a jump that you want to trot by to show your horse, you can do so, but make sure you don't accidentally go through the start timers and start your time going. You can come backwards through them, but you cannot go forwards through the start timers. Make sure you get nice and straight to this jump. Don't let yourself come at it from an angle. You want to make sure you're perpendicular. And if you are angled this way, the horse is going to see the backside of that two stride and could get questionable about that. So you want to make sure that you are very perpendicular to this. And then there's plenty of room on the landing. And I would come at it from the right lead. There is a turn off the left lead, but you're going to lose a lot of impulsion with such a sharp turn to your first jump. So it will ride smoother coming off the right lead, and you have a right turn after the jump. So that will make more sense to your horse. So you want to land, make sure you get straight, make sure you sort out your lead. If you need to do a simple change, do so before you turn. Jump two is the tack shop of Lexington, Oxer. So here we are nice and straight to the middle, and you kind of, if you look past your jump, you can see the gate is a pretty good focal point, but don't let your horse think about the gate because they'll try to escape, although it will be closed. So here you want to be nice and patient, keep them very straight, fight for the middle of the jump. And for pre-starter and greenie, this will just be a vertical or an X. And for starter, this will be an oxer, and all the levels above that, this will be an oxer. So you want to land, take a breath, sort out your lead. If they've landed left or landed trotting, make sure you get your right lead. The next jump is the John DeAngelis Barrier Services jump. So this turn is a little bit like the end of a paper clip. I always call these paper clip turns. So if you cut your turn and get too close to this jump here, you're never going to make that turn. So you want to make sure that you land, come straight, come out towards the gate. If your horse is funny about the gates and gets too slow, don't get right up next to it. But don't let yourself fall in on this track. Through this turn, you can watch your inside standard. That'll help you from going too far past your track. So this is the first related distance on course. This is a nice diagonal line, vertical to vertical. So make sure you're nice and perpendicular to the jump on a straight track, and your shoulders are square to the jump. If you're leaning or not getting organized through your turn, that's going to open the door for your horse to do a drive-by one way or another. So this is a quiet 5, vertical to vertical. So you want to make sure you hold your shoulder, and you can do a little bit of a short release in to have your horse stay a little bit so they land shallower, and then you can half halt and have a quieter stride down to this, being a quieter 5. So on the back side of this, there is an inside turn for those that want to be adventurous and that have good steering. So your next jump is the blue tower over on the outside. So there is an inside turn. You can turn between the Meadow Lake jump and the Brody Robertson, between the red, or you can even get real fancy and come inside of the red to get to that jump. There is plenty of room on the back side of that rollback. But if you have questionable steering or a green horse in any way, absolutely can go through the in and out and take the long way there. For training and prelim, or training up levels, this will be a 1 stride here. This will be the second combination on your, well, the first combination. For novice and below, this will just be the tower vertical. So right now this is set at about 22 feet. When it gets built for training and prelim, it will be up out to 24 feet, so that's a nice one stride. And this is a 6. I walked a little bit an inside track in test riding this course this morning. My horse, after the in and out, actually went a little bit straighter, so this 6 was not quiet at all. I was a little bit far away from it. For the lower levels, novice and below, that doesn't have the in and out, this will be a nice bending 8. But also a little bit off your eye, because if you lose steering and go past and it becomes a 9, that's not the end of the world. Just make sure that you use a lot of outside leg here, because if you do mess up your track a little bit there, you don't want to be super slicey or sideways to this, because you might not make it to the other side. So no matter what happens, really fight for the middle of this jump and get as straight as you can as early as you can. So for the prelim and training horses, it'll be a 1 stride to a 6. After the 1, it's about 2 straight strides before you make your turn here. But as you're landing from the in and out, you want to make sure that you have your eye on this oxer and use your outside leg. And then you can balance up and half halt that last stride so that this oxer rides really nice for you. The next jump after this is the combination down in the corner. So again, it's pretty far away. So you want to land, get straight, get organized, but you don't need to overly go into this corner. So in this course, I have 2 different questions off of each lead where you have it's kind of a corner jump, but very slightly off the rail. So the question of these 2 jumps are, horses like to get stuck on the rail a little bit. So the questions of this is, can you ride a straight line off the rail and ride, get your horse nice and straight from your outside leg and not let them get stuck on the rail, so you can still have a nice pace and impulsion to get through an oxer or to get through this combination. This is a 2 stride. I think it got moved in a little bit by someone schooling, because right now it walks really short. But when the TD fixes the course in the morning, this will be a nice 2 stride. So then our last line, jumps 8 and 9, are the Root and Riddle jump to the Lubricin jump. The Root and Riddle jump is our prize jump of the season. Root and Riddle is going to award it to the friendliest, easiest trainer to deal with that's come to all our series. So it's a trainer congeniality prize that Lindsay's very excited to give away, which will be tomorrow. So land, get straight. You've got another related distance here. Straight related distances are a little bit more difficult than bending, because when it's a bending line, you can use your track to shift if you're getting there too early or too late. When it's straight, all you can do is slow down. You have to stay straight between the 2 jumps. So make sure you stay out a little bit. So a lot of people for diagonal lines want to hurry up and turn early. And if you turn by the start cones, you are never going to be straight. So you want to come all the way through your corner and be nice and straight towards both jumps. So now I can see a beautiful line through the center of both jumps. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this 5 walks really nice, especially coming off an oxer. Horses usually will land, they jump a little wider over the oxers and will land nice into the line. And riding this line in the morning, this morning, it rode very nicely in the straight 5. And this is your last jump. So the finish flags we don't have up yet. They will be probably just past that oxer. So the Root and Riddle to the Lubricin jump, thank you sponsors, is a nice 5. So the course should ride pretty well. It rode well for me this morning. There are some options for inside turns if you want to get exciting. Otherwise, take the scenic routes and it should be very nice. Have a good day.